Alright folks, we got our new alternator in. Sitting right there. There's a couple different ways to go about this. Some people take the alternator out from the top. Some people take it out from the bottom. I think I'm going to opt to do it from the top. I was going to go through the bottom. I think you got to take loose the underbody, the undercarriage there that holds everything. I don't want to do that. I'm going to try to bring it out from the top. So we'll see how it goes. First I'm going to take out the battery, and then I'm going to take out the cooling fans and that. I got the old hood prop installed because the next piece I'm going to take off is here, and that's what has the hood prop on it, connected to it there. So I'm going to take this plastic piece off. It's like a couple bolts here, 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 and that'll give me more access to take these cooling fans out. There's the hood switch. You gotta take the connector off for that. And then there's these plastic retainers on this line. One here, and there you gotta pull off. I got these two bolts loose here. Disconnected this. This holds down the high pressure line for the AC. And this one here for the windshield wiper fluid reservoir. You got to take off the cooling fan electrical connector. You just press the button back here, slide it off. That little button's back here. If you remember the Ford F-150 condenser we did, this is kind of the same setup. You got to press this because the cooling fan is connected to the radiator. So to disconnect them, you press this little button down to release the cooling fan, and then you just pull it up and it'll make its way past that. Same way with the other side. You got the same tab right there. Let's see if I can get you a shot. Everything's in the way. Everything is tight. This is a horrible job. Everything on this is horrible. So you just press that and pull the condenser up. If you plan to work on your own cars, then do not ever get a Ford Fusion. Every job on it is absolutely horrible. Everything's hard to get to. It's just a nightmare for a mechanic. Here's another connector for the cooling fan on the other side. Same deal. You just press that little button back there and release it. Alright, that one's out. The release tab is... Can't even turn this thing. It's even hard to turn the wire. Release tab is right there by my thumb. You just push that down and it'll release. Now I'm taking off the upper radiator hose. I got a pan underneath. Hopefully this comes off easier. And I got to do this because it's in the way. Well, it is on the other side anyway, and I'm hoping if I remove this, I can bring it to the left a little to get it past the hose on the other side. Alright, all that's going into a pan. Now I'm hoping... Who knows what that noise was? That's weird. Now I'm hoping with this off, I can pull this aside. And then up. Because I'm trying to get past the trans line on the other side. See that trans line? That's what I'm getting caught on. So I gotta try to get around that. Now I'm taking off the upper radiator hose just to get it clear and out of my way. Yeah. Sometimes you can break these loose by doing this and turning them, but I don't know if this one's gonna come. Yeah, it kind of feels like it is. There it is. I also got a hook you can grab in there and just go work your way around, but that does the trick. So I took out the air cleaner as well, and that gives me all kinds of room in here to pull it to the side and take it out. So let's give it another whirl. What a monster. Oh, now I got something else going on. Get a light and show you what's going on. Oh, my light fell down in there. All right. You see that zip tie? So that's zip tied to the bottom of this fan shroud with fans, and that's another hose right there, radiator hose, the bottom radiator, lower radiator hose. So I got to disconnect that before I can pull this thing out. Another hurdle. All right, to pull that out a little more, there's like 2 or 3 more plastic retainers. I got the light down in here. Now we're looking at the other side. Look down in there. You can see that's a plastic retainer holding more hoses. That's the other plastic retainer. So very difficult getting this one thing out because everything's tied to it. I think that's finally everything, folks. Let's give it a shot. Oh, finally. Look at that. All right, we got her out. Yeah, look down here. Zip tie, plastic retainer, you know, plastic retainer, all that is connected to the bottom of that. Ridiculous. Now we have a little more room. Now we can actually get our hand down on the B positive terminal right there and take out the communications terminal. And I believe they say you got to take off the air conditioning lines and take everything apart on this one, but we're not going to do it. We're just going to move them aside and try to get as much room as we can. I mean, that looks like good room right there. As long as we can take that alternator off and pull it back and through here, should be good. I am not expecting good things out of this. I'm sure this is going to be another nightmare. The battery terminal bolt is a 13 millimeter. I know in this video I'm not showing you as I do it, but if you're doing this yourself, that's going to be the least of your worries, trust me. Alright, I got those wires off of the alternator pushed out of the way as best I can. Now I just got to unbolt it and try to wiggle it around all these lines. Figure out the best way to bring it through here and pull it out. Wish me luck. Alright, we're getting there. I just had to pull the stud. Now these, the alternator has these nuts that go on this stud, but the stud's too long. It goes right up against the AC lines. So in order to take off the alternator and get it past the AC lines, you got to take the stud off. So make sure you do that, both of those. It's a real bear. Getting the money shot. I got my son Josh helping me, and there it is. It's out. No AC lines. Didn't take them off. But you got to take down, this is the bottom radiator hose. We had to take that off, take that out of the way, and then you basically can get past everything. So there's the AC line still hooked up to the compressor down there. But we did it. The worst is over. All right, the impossible mission completed. There you go. She is in. I didn't show you a lot of the process because there was a lot of foul language going on, and this is a family channel, so we're going to refrain from doing that. But we got her in. We're just going to button it all back up. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing. I never took off that grill. Right here, I started taking this off in the beginning. I just put all these bolts back in because this is part of the whole core support, and you can't get that out. It would have been nice to remove to get everything straight out, but it didn't happen. So don't do anything with the grill. Don't do anything with the core support. All your work is right in here. All right, we got everything in. Got Josh over here putting in the coolant, Ford Motorcraft. And there's the alternator. Everybody's in. I still gotta fix this, and then I gotta cover up the holes with liquid electrical tape. And then I'm gonna put a wire loom on that and tuck that all back. But moment of truth in a second here. All right, we're booting up the scan tool here. Let's just go ahead and fire it up. No check engine light and no battery light. That's a good sign. Let's go ahead and scan it for codes. Clear out all the codes because we disconnected the battery, and we'll pull up the data PIDs for the generator and see what we got. All right, that's a good sign already. She's running. Just gonna go ahead and clear the codes. Doing a code scan here, and it's coming up all green tree so far. We already know what's wrong with that. And of course there's going to be one in the PCM and the IPC. That's the one with that other module, compass module. Alright, here we go. Let's get right into the PCM generator terminal. Let me clear all these. Oh no, look at this. We got the battery light on again. And generator monitor line status error low. Let's go check battery voltage to see what's going on. Alright, the connector wasn't on all the way. I went down here on the generator connector. Yeah, I got it on there. Everything's all good now. It didn't click in real good. So let's go back in, see what we got. All right, light's gone. Fantastic. Charging, we got 14.34. No errors. Generator's working. 126 hertz. Desired voltage is 14.44, and we got 14.4. No errors across the board. That is fantastic. That's a fix. Now we're gonna take her little test drive here and make sure that GGR code don't come back. All right, we did the smart scan. This is all that came back. Missing communication with the compass module, we knew that. PCM, only one. OBD system ready to test incomplete. Obviously still got to drive it after clearing all the codes, set all the monitors, and we'll be good. Nothing on the dash, no more EGR problem, no more battery problem. That, my friends, is a fix. All right, that's gonna wrap it up. I just gotta go and patch those little poke holes that I put in there and put it on wire loom, and I'm shipping this one. So anytime you poke a hole in a wire for testing, you wanna get you some liquid electrical tape like this, nail polish, or something to patch that hole, because if you don't, then corrosion's gonna get in there, you know, water's gonna get in there, start corroding it, and then pretty soon you know it's full of green crusties and the wire splits in half and we got a problem. So let me show you how to fix that. So I poked a little hole in the blue wire. And I poked another little hole in the purple wire. Get my needle nose out. And there you go. Now I'm going to go ahead and put some wire harness covering on there and we'll be good. Just going to wrap that wire into some of this flex and tape it up. If anybody caught that, I did go back and tighten these up. Just letting you know. Alright, there we go. She is complete. Nice clean job. That's going to wrap it up for this one. A little bit of a long one, but we do what we have to do. So if you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe, helps me out, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.